Alright guys, so we're going to be talking about some new Modern Warfare information here. I want to go through a bunch of stuff that came out regarding the campaign for this game, and a bunch of information and details from the campaign and from playtesters that actually played this game and have their opinions on this campaign and their reactions to it, because it's very interesting as to how this campaign is going down. We do know it is going to be a very different campaign. They're focusing on realism, they're focusing on triggering some sort of emotion from us, and they're putting a lot of effort into detail and storyline. I mean, they're so focused on creating a good campaign this year that there was a leak video I did a couple of days ago talking about some new stuff coming to the game, and there's a potential and a possibility for additional campaign DLC missions on top of the full campaign that we're going to see throughout the year, also with new multiplayer maps and new additions to the Spec Ops mode. So the fact that they're going to add campaign content after launch is really insane. It shows that they're really putting effort and they want this campaign to be an actual good campaign that people play. So what the playtesters are saying here, it's a very good sign, spoiler alert, for what we're going to be seeing for this game. So let's go through here some information quickly about the campaign length, because it is very important. And they're saying here that Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the campaign, will be traditional in the Call of Duty campaign length time frame. So pretty much every Call of Duty that you've seen, however many missions there are, however long it is, it's going to be on par with that. And I think, usual Call of Duty campaigns aren't that bad as of now. I don't want them to drag it out. I think it's good that they're keeping a traditional campaign length, but they're focusing more on the individual missions and making it so each mission is just like a really good mission with a lot of stuff to do and a lot of important storyline and implications and just stuff going on, instead of stretching out the campaign and making this long campaign for no reason. And honestly, if they made a really long campaign, that wouldn't really show me that they're putting effort. That just shows me that they're just filling in missions just for the sake of creating a long campaign. But anyway, let's go through the main thing here, the playtesters' reactions as to what's going on, and a bunch of information as to what they're doing for this campaign this year, because again, it's very important. This campaign is going to mean a lot to people. It probably already means a lot to them. At this point, they probably already finished it, developed it, and they're just fine-tuning it right now. So it's probably their baby, and they're ready to show us this crazy campaign, all of this emotion, storyline. Anyway, this is what they're saying here. Call of Duty Modern Warfare campaign has a collateral damage score. Playtesters have been emotional. So a big part of what they're doing this year with friendly fire, especially, I'm going to be talking to you guys about how important, not really important it is, but just how big of a factor it is into this game. So you guys know, usually when you kill a teammate, a civilian, or anyone on your team, the mission automatically ends and it restarts, and you have to restart to your last save point or the beginning of the mission. This time it's not exactly the case here. So let's go through what's going on here and how realistic they're making this campaign, what the playtesters are saying. So one of the big ideas behind this year's game is its realism and how it takes the world we live in and puts you in a reality in many situations ripped from the headlines. One of the aspects of this is in regards to collateral damage in the campaign. In previous games, if you killed too many civilians, the mission was failed. In Modern Warfare, that does not happen as easily. This campaign will not stop the missions if civilians are killed, so the characters around you will react to what you have done, and it'll change the overall mood of what's happening, but the mission will not fail. Instead, at the end of the mission, it gives you a collateral damage rank, ranked A through F, for what you did in the mission. So that's actually very interesting. They're making it so the characters in the game, your teammates, your AI teammates, are actually going to have, changes in their mood, and the mood and vibe of the mission will change, according to how many civilians you kill, or if you're raiding a certain building, like one of those missions from the, playtesters and from the influencers that they played a couple of weeks ago in that London mission that they talked about. When you're raiding that building and you accidentally kill a civilian that's about to die, or you accidentally shoot someone or explode a freaking lady that you weren't supposed to explode, that's really going to impact the mood of the game, and that's very interesting. Obviously, it's not just impacting the mood of the game. As you're going to see, it's impacting the mood of the playtesters and also just the YouTubers as well, because the playtesters are one thing, but we already saw the YouTubers were pretty much saying this as well. None of them said they cried necessarily, maybe because, I don't know, the playtesters really are just emotional for some reason, but I do believe them, because a lot of the YouTubers again said wow, this campaign really, pulls at your strings and really tries to make you just feel something that you don't normally feel in a Call of Duty campaign. So I don't know, it seems very interesting here. Moving on, Call of Duty has always had friendly fire will not be tolerated warnings when you kill too many civilians. Obviously, we're trying to make things much more realistic, much more visceral this time, so that if you kill a single civilian, you feel bad, because you might see a woman go for a gun, but instead she's going to grab her baby. We want you to feel bad, and the characters around you will respond and react to what you did too. So that's very interesting that they're going for that effect there. They're making the storyline and they're making this campaign for these situations that could happen. They want you, not only the characters in the game, not only your character in the game, but like in real life, to feel bad for killing and accidentally killing this person here. Usually in a campaign, you're going around killing people and it's not really that big of a deal. You're like, oh, friendly fire, you know, I have to restart the mission. It's more of a nuisance instead of like, wow, you know, why'd I do that? Like, I feel so bad now, this mission's ruined. And maybe it'll make you want to restart it and actually perfect the mission, and it'll give more of an incentive to really play the campaign tactical and smart. So a lot of cool angles here they're going at. So moving on, they talk about unknowns. So we talk about unknowns. An NPC is an unknown until they prove whether they're a threat or not. So if you kill no innocents and you evaluate all unknowns correctly, then you'll end up with a rank of A, and if you kill more than 3, you'll get a rank of F. There are rewards associated with being as accurate with your threat assessment as possible. So that's very interesting. Everyone in this game pretty much is an unknown. So all of the civilians that you see and on your raids and your breaches of these certain buildings and pretty much any mission that you're doing, you know, anyone you see there could be a threat to you, but you also have to realize that they could just be an innocent lady, you know, trying to, like we said earlier, to just pick up her baby or save her baby or something, or just, you know, hide for cover, or they could be hiding for cover and then they could pull out a gun and try to shoot you. So it's honestly insane how in-depth they're going to this campaign here and how they're making every decision you make, you know, very important to the campaign and to how you know, continue and complete each mission. Next one here. Beyond this, a big thing about Modern Warfare's campaign is how real and emotional it is and can be at some parts. We described some of our feelings in it in our impression post here. That's where they talked about it, but Infinity Ward in this interview stated that some of the playtesters who have played the game actually have cried at some aspects of it, and there are a bunch of other leaks as well. So now they're officially saying that, you know, these playtesters have had this reaction, but there have been leaks the past couple of weeks about this same thing where playtesters have been playing the game, and some of the first leaks, I don't know if you guys remember, some of the first leaks we saw about, you know, we didn't really know it was Modern Warfare back when it was considered Modern Warfare 4. We heard that these playtesters and this campaign was going to be extremely emotional. Now, back then when those leaks came out, we didn't really understand why. We were just like, oh, you know, that's pretty cool. If they're going for an emotional campaign, then that means, I guess, they're putting effort into it, and I guess they're gonna try to make us feel something. But I think once we got the reveal of Modern Warfare and we know what they're doing and we know what they're going for, all of those leaks about the playtesters make sense. And now this interview pretty much confirms all of the leaks we've seen and the leaks we get, you know, regarding anything about the campaign, because we do, you know, always get leaks every so often about this campaign, and they pretty much all fall in line with the same theme, where anyone that has played it pretty much, you know, off the record, you know, in, I guess, leak form, they have said the same thing that everyone has played on the record. And what they're saying here about the playtesters, what the YouTubers have said, what Charlie Intel has said, what the different journalists have said. I mean, the journalists want to censor the game, but they probably felt the same way. I mean, the journalists probably felt the emotion the most. Now, the way they're handling their emotion is obviously incorrect. They want to censor the game and ban it and get rid of the bad parts of the game and pretty much get rid of the parts that made them feel that certain way. But honestly, I think if they got rid of that idea, they would understand, like, wow, this game really, you know, made me feel something. It made me feel bad. It made me feel, you know, sad for doing this or accidentally doing that or seeing this. And honestly, then if these journalists are having this reaction and people are having this reaction, playtesters in that own company are crying, and, you know, obviously you're playtesting it over and over again. You're playing the same mission sometimes several times to go through for glitches and bugs, and the fact that they're crying from it, it's, you know, that's pretty crazy. That means there really is something going on in that game outside also of just, you know, accidentally killing civilians or just, you know, some of the scenes that they're seeing within this campaign. There's something that's really triggering them to actually have this, you know, sudden strike of emotion. So I don't know, the fact that all of this is coming out out now, it's a huge sign that we're gonna see a solid campaign, and they're really gonna make something cool this year, and that's obviously a great thing because a good Call of Duty campaign definitely is a good foundation for the game. Black Ops 4 didn't even have a campaign, and we know how that turned out. Now, I'm not saying the campaign is everything. I'm not saying if there's a bad campaign in a Call of Duty, then the Call of Duty is going to suck. I mean, most people play in multiplayer. That's just the way it is. But if you have a good campaign to fall back on and a good campaign in which the game is based on, it definitely sets the tone and the mood for the game. And the fact that this campaign is going to be all about tone and mood and just good storyline, that's going to be a huge deal for how the rest of the game is going to play. So I'm hyped. It's going to be sick. Leave a comment below campaign if you watch the whole video. Is greatly appreciated. And yeah, that's pretty much it. See you guys later.